My name is Omar and I am 16 years old. I live in Cairo in a busy neighborhood called Shubra. The sounds of the city always wake me up before my alarm clock. Cars are honking, and people are calling out to each other from their balconies. My family lives in a small apartment. It is me, my mother, my father, and my younger sister, Layla. My father works as an accountant, and my mother is a teacher. She helps me with my homework sometimes. Our home is always filled with the smell of my mother's cooking and the sound of the television playing old Egyptian movies. Layla is only 10, so she is often noisy, but I love her very much. We share a room, and her side is covered in posters of singers, while my side has posters of football players. My day starts very early. At 6 o'clock in the morning, the first call to prayer echoes from the nearby mosque. It is a peaceful sound that mixes with the city's noise. I get out of bed carefully, trying not to wake Layla. I go to the bathroom to wash my face and get ready. For breakfast, my mother always prepares something simple but delicious. Today, it is foul mesdames, a dish of cooked fava beans. We eat it with warm baladi bread and some white cheese. My father reads the newspaper while he eats. He likes to tell us about the news. My mother makes sure Layla and I have everything we need for school. She packs our lunch boxes and reminds me to be careful on the busy streets. After breakfast, I put on my school uniform. It is a blue shirt and gray trousers. It is not very stylish, but everyone wears it. I check my backpack to make sure I have all my books. My school is not far, but it is not close enough to walk. Layla's school is in a different direction. My father gives me some money for transportation. He always tells me, "Study hard, Omar, your education is your future." I know he is right. Life in Cairo can be difficult, and a good job is very important. I kiss my mother and Layla goodbye, and head out the door. The staircase in our building is old, and I can hear my neighbors getting ready for their day too. The street outside is already full of life. Men are sitting at the local awa or coffee shop drinking tea and smoking shisha. The smell of fresh bread from the bakery fills the air. I see my friends waiting for me at the corner. We all go to the same school. Waiting for the microbus is always an adventure. They are small vans and they are always very crowded. The driver shouts out the destination and people push to get on. It is a noisy and chaotic part of my morning, but it is also very normal for us. It is how most people in my city travel. We squeeze inside, ready for the journey to school and whatever the day will bring. The ride to school is always an experience. The microbus driver plays loud shabby music from the radio. The songs are very popular and have a strong beat. Everyone sings along, even the old ladies. We are all packed in tightly, so I have to stand holding onto a rail. My friends and I talk about the football match from last night. We argue about which team played better, Al Ahly or Zamalek. It is a very important topic for us. The journey takes about 30 minutes. We pass by many shops, tall buildings, and old beautiful mosques. Cairo is a city of contrasts, with the old and the new living side by side. Finally, we see our school and shout to the driver to stop. Our school is a big, old building. It has 3 floors and a large courtyard in the middle. The paint is peeling in some places, but it is our second home. The first thing we do is the morning assembly. We all stand in lines in the courtyard. We sing the national anthem and salute the Egyptian flag. The headmaster gives a short speech. He usually tells us to be good students and to respect our teachers. After the assembly, we go to our classrooms. The rooms are simple, with wooden desks and a large blackboard. There are about 40 students in my class, so it can get very loud. My favorite subjects are history and English. I love learning about the pharaohs in ancient Egypt. Our teachers are very strict, but most of them are kind. My history teacher, Mr. Adel, is my favorite. He tells stories about the past that make it feel real. He makes us feel proud to be Egyptian. Science class is difficult for me. There are many formulas to remember. We do not have a modern laboratory, so our experiments are very simple. During the break, my friends and I go to the courtyard. We buy snacks from the school canteen. I usually get a bag of chips and a juice box. We sit on the steps and talk about everything, school, girls, and our plans for the weekend. The bell rings too soon, and we have to go back to class. The school day ends at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We are all tired, but happy to be free. The journey home is just as crowded as the morning one. Sometimes I see the same people on the microbus. It feels like we are all part of a big moving community. When I get home, my mother has lunch ready. Today, it is kosheri, a famous Egyptian dish. It is a mix of rice, macaroni, and lentils, topped with a spicy tomato sauce and fried onions. It is my favorite meal. After lunch, I have a little time to rest before I have to think about my homework and my other activities. This is my daily routine, a rhythm of life shared by many teenagers in my city. After a short rest, it is time for my favorite part of the day, playing football. My friends and I meet at a small, dusty pitch near our building. It is not a real field, just an empty piece of land. We use 2 big rocks for one goal and 2 old shoes for the other. We do not need a fancy stadium to enjoy the game. We play for hours, shouting and laughing. We pretend we are famous players like Mohamed Salah, who was just starting to become a big star back then. Football is more than just a game for us, it is a passion. It is where we forget about homework and the pressures of school. We are just boys running after a ball, full of energy and dreams of scoring the winning goal. When the sun starts to set, we end our game. I go home, sweaty and tired, but happy. After a quick shower, I sit down to do my homework. My mother helps me with my math problems. She is very patient. While I study, I often have my phone next to me. In 2015, Facebook was everything. It was how we connected with everyone. I scroll through my newsfeed to see what my friends are posting. They share funny pictures, music videos, and talk about their day. I check my notifications and reply to messages. We use a lot of Franco-Arabic, which is writing Arabic words using English letters and numbers. It is like our own secret code. Technology is a big part of my life. I do not have a laptop, but my smartphone connects me to the world. I use it to look up information for school projects. I watch videos on YouTube, mostly football highlights and comedy sketches. My friends and I have a group on WhatsApp where we plan our activities. We share jokes and support each other when someone has a problem. Sometimes my father tells me I spend too much time on my phone. He says I should read more books. I know he's right, but it is hard to disconnect. The online world feels just as real and important as the world outside my window. In the evening, my family gathers in the living room. We watch television together. My mother's favorite show is a drama series, a musalsal. My father prefers the news programs. Layla and I just want to watch a movie. We usually compromise and watch something everyone can enjoy. This family time is very important. We talk about our day and share our stories. My mother serves us fruit or a sweet dessert she made. These simple moments, laughing at a show, sharing a plate of watermelon, are what I cherish the most. They make our small apartment feel like the warmest and safest place on earth. As the night gets deeper, I start to think about the future. My biggest dream is to become an engineer. I want to build big, beautiful bridges and buildings in my city. I know it is a difficult path. I need to get very high grades in my final exams, the Thanawiya Amma. This exam is a huge challenge for every student in Egypt. There is so much pressure from family and teachers to succeed. Sometimes I worry that I am not smart enough. But then I remember my father's words about education being my future, and I feel motivated again. I want to make my parents proud and build a good life for myself. But there are other challenges too. Life in Cairo is not always easy. The city is crowded and sometimes things feel chaotic. Finding a good job after university can be hard. I hear my parents talking about the rising cost of living. These are real problems that my generation will have to face. But Egyptians are resilient people. We have a great sense of humor and we always find a way to get by. We find joy in small things, like a good meal with family or a victory in a football match. This spirit of hope is what keeps us going, even when things are tough. My life might seem very different from a teenager's life in another country. My daily routine is shaped by the culture and traditions of Egypt. The call to prayer, the crowded microbuses, the food we eat, and the importance of family are all part of who I am. But in many ways, I am just like any other teenager in the world. I love hanging out with my friends, I worry about school, I spend time on social media, and I dream about my future. We all share the same hopes for a happy life and the same fears about the unknown path ahead. Our worlds are different, but our hearts are very similar. Before I go to sleep, I look out the window. The city is still alive with lights and sounds. Cairo never truly sleeps. I think about my day, the lessons at school, the laughter with my friends, the comfort of my family. It was just one ordinary day, but it was my day. It was my life. I close my eyes, ready for a new day to dawn over my incredible, chaotic, and beautiful city. I know that tomorrow will bring its own challenges and its own joys, and I am ready to face them. This is the life of a teenager in Cairo, a life filled with simple moments and big dreams.